have a full body strength and conditioning this morning. Now, if you have a workout bench, feel free to use it. We do have some incline chest press work coming, which you can easily use the bench for. If not, we're gonna do, not an incline, we're gonna do something different on the floor with just regular dumbbells. So, before we get started, we got 10 jumping jacks. Once you have done 10 jumping jacks, we're gonna alternate 10 front lunges. Keep the lunge nice and small. You don't have to go super deep with the lunge, but I want you to still keep that nice tall posture. So abs are tight, eyes are up. We're gonna drop that back knee down. And once you have done 10, so 5 left, 5 right, we're gonna alternate leg swings front and back. We're not gonna alternate. Oh my goodness. It's a Monday. We're gonna do 10 leg swings on the left, 10 leg swings on the right. Feel free to hold on to something for balance if you need to, but get your eyes onto a focal point. Keep your abs nice and tight and just swing the arms with the legs. And once you have done your 10 leg swings, we're gonna come down onto the floor. High plank or push-up position. If coming right down onto the floor is not an option, you can elevate your hands onto a workout bench, a staircase. The higher the hands are off the floor, the easier it's going to be. But we're gonna do a spider climb with a rotation. So we're on our hands, we're on our toes, take one foot, step it wide. Take that hand, open up towards the ceiling. Eyes are gonna follow the hand as we open up through the shoulder, chest, and the hip. 10 rotations total, 5 left, 5 right. And once you have done your 10, stay down in the plank position, and we finish with 10 plank toe taps or 10 plank jacks. So we're either gonna jump or step the feet out to the side, 10 total, and then we're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna start with 2 variations on a back row. So you will need 2 dumbbells. Make sure you've got some water close by so that when you need it, it's right there. Perfect. Okay. So 2 dumbbells. So 35 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Move number 1. Knees soft, hips are back. Palms are gonna face the legs. We're gonna twist up, twist down. We take a 10-second posture break. We hinge over again. On the second round, we're gonna go wide with the elbows. So 1 round is twisting, one round is wide, and then we rinse and repeat, and then we move on. Okay, so I've got 35 seconds on the timer. I'm gonna grab 2 dumbbells. Move it up. Here we go. Okay, twisting rows. Here we go. So, knees soft, hips are back. So we're gonna rotate to drive those elbows up. Abs are gonna be pulled up in towards the spine. You wanna make sure that they stay nice and engaged to help support the lower back. Eyes are on the floor. And as you drive those elbows up and back, I want you to bring the shoulder blades together so that you can feel that mid-back contract. Nice, we got less than 10 seconds. We're gonna take a 10-second posture break. Wide rows are next. Good. And if you wanna go any heavier, you can make those changes, not a problem, or lighter. So let's get hinged over. Drive those elbows up wide. Good. Almost think 90 degrees at the elbows in a scarecrow. Keeping those abdominals nice and engaged to support the lower back. Hips are back, knees are soft. And if you need to make this a little bit easier, what you can do is alternate left and right. Nice work. So I need about 10 more seconds. We're gonna do each row 1 more time before we come down onto the floor for some chest work. In 3, 2, perfect. Grab water whenever you need it. So we're gonna go back to the twisting rows, make any weight changes if you need to. Here we go, knees soft, hips back. Twist it up, Come on down. Keep those shoulders down. Pull them back. Drive the elbows up and back. Feel that mid-back contract. Good. And if you need to make it easier, alternate left and right. But you should feel that mid-back contract. If you don't, I want you to come up, hold for a second, and then release. Give those muscles an extra second or two to do their thing. But I need about 5 more seconds, and then we get to go wide one more time. Good, 10-second posture break. And then, like I said, we're gonna hit the deck for 2 different chest moves. You can use a bench if you have one. Here we go. Get those elbows nice and wide. Make sure that belly button's pulled up into the spine. Hips are back, knees are nice and soft. And your back is in a nice neutral position. So make sure you don't start rounding the shoulders. Push the butt out. Roll the shoulders back. Drive the elbows up. When the timer goes, we're going to start with a chest press on the floor. So we need 2 dumbbells. And then move number 2 will be a chest pullover. Either with 1 dumbbell or 2. You choose. Perfect. Now if you have a bench, feel free to use it. Or you're going to come down with me on the floor. Palms are going to face out. Knees are bent, feet flat. Press the dumbbells right up above the chest. Bring them together at the top. Drop the elbows down and then press again. Keeping your back pushed down into the floor or the bench. And if you're on a bench, make sure you have your feet flat on the floor. Good. Now, once we've done our chest presses, we're going to go into a chest pullover. You can use 1 dumbbell or 2. Depends on how heavy you want to go. So, we're going to lock the elbows into place. We're only moving through the shoulders. So nice straight arms. Bring the weight behind the head. You're going to get a stretch into the triceps, into the lats, and the rib cage. We're going to use those muscles to pull the dumbbell back up above the chest. And again, if you're on a bench, you'll be able to get a bigger range of motion. You won't have the floor to stop you. Just make sure you're not bending through the elbows. Only the shoulders are moving. Good. Keep that back push down into the floor. You got it. 1 more of each. So back to the chest press, back to the chest pullover one more time, and then we get to stand up. All right, palms out. Press all the way up. Bring those dumbbells together above the chest. Come on down, tap the floor, and then press right back up again. Good. Now, if you need to take a little bit of a break, take it here in the bottom position, and then press it overhead. If you're on a bench, you don't have the floor to rest on, so you'll take a break in the top position, just take an extra second, drop down into that next rep. All right, once we're done, we're going to do the pullovers 1 more time, and then we stand up. Perfect. 1 dumbbell or 2, totally up to you. But again, make sure your feet are flat. Keep that back push down into the mat. Arms stay nice and straight. Just moving through that shoulder. Get that nice stretch through the tricep, through the lats, and the rib cage. Using those muscles to pull the dumbbell back up above the chest. Nice. Now, when the timer goes, we're going to have 10 seconds to stand up. 1 dumbbell or 2. You can even use a kettlebell. Sumo squats are next. There it is. Good. Come on up. Sumo squats. So again, choose your medicine if you want to use dumbbells or kettlebells. 1 dumbbell or 2. Feet are wide. Turn those toes out slightly. Weight is down nice and low. As you sit, push those knees out. And then come on up nice and tall. You can even go body weight if you need to. And then think of pushing the floor away with your feet. Keeping that nice tall posture. All right, you got it. And as you get more and more warmed up, the goal would be to see if you can sit a little deeper, or maybe you can push the knees out a little bit further. 5 more seconds. We're going to do the same thing 3 more times. tend to keep my feet right where they are. And then remember to grab water whenever you need it. All right, here we go. Push those knees out. Push the floor away with your heels. And then squeeze the glutes on the way up. Take your time, there's no rush. You can start with 2 dumbbells, drop down to 1. Make any weight adjustments as you go so that you can get through the 35 seconds without having to just stop. Good, I need 10 more seconds. Good, good, good. 5 more, almost there. We'll shake these legs out. 3, 2. Perfect, 2 down, 2 to go. And then we're sticking with the legs for our next exercise where we only need 1 dumbbell. Okay, you ready? Shoulders back, eyes up. Tighten those abs up. So I want you to pull that belly button in. Push those knees out. Push the floor away with those feet. Squeeze that butt on the way up. Make sure those shoulders stay down and back. 15 more seconds, 1 more round. And once we have done all 4 rounds of our sumo squats, our next move, you can use either a dumbbell or a kettlebell as well. There it is. Quick little leg shake. But next move, after we do these sumos, we're going to do a squat clean with a reverse lunge. Just so you know where we're headed. But you will need to pick a side, left or right. And like I said, you can use 1 dumbbell or you can use 1 kettlebell. Totally up to you. I will show you both. Good. Push those knees out. See if you can sit a little deeper. Last time with these sumos, push those. I can't talk this morning. Push the floor away with those feet. Squeeze that butt. I need 10 seconds. That is it. And then grab a quick drink if you need it before we go into our squat cleans with a reverse lunge. All right. Woo. All right, so I'm gonna change my weight up here a little bit. I'll grab a kettlebell as well. So, I tend to bring my weight between the feet. We're gonna clean up to the shoulder, drop down into a squat. Same arm, same leg is going to lunge back. Rinse and repeat, same side. Clean, squat, reverse lunge. And then as you kind of get the pattern, we want to make it as seamless as possible for the clean into the squat. Keeping your eyes up, abs always engaged. Sit those hips back. Use the momentum of getting out of the squat to get your weight to the shoulder. All right, on round 2, I'll show you the kettlebell version. Keep the same weight from one side to the next. Here we go. Clean it up. Drop into that squat. Same arm, same leg. Lunge it back. Good. Eyes stay up. Don't look down at the floor. Make sure your abs are nice and tight. Drop that back knee down as much as you can into the reverse lunge. Perfect. Nice. 10 more seconds. Oh, just about forgot the squat. All right, come on. 5 seconds left. And then we'll do each side 1 more time. All right, so I will show you a kettlebell for round 2. Grab water if you need it. Back to that first side. Here we go. Clean it up. Drop into that squat, reverse lunge. Now with the kettlebell, what we're doing is we're coming up, keeping the elbow tight, letting the kettlebell naturally just wrap around the wrist, landing in this nice racked position, right where the crease is in the elbow. And then from there, drop into the squat, into the reverse lunge. Let it unwind back down to the floor. Oh. Good. There should be no bouncing against the back of the wrist. If you're keeping that weight, if you're keeping the bell close to the body, so when you start swinging out, it's going to start bouncing against the wrist. All right, we got 1 more side. And then we hit the neck. We got some core coming up. And we are going to need 1 dumbbell. You can use a kettlebell as well. Plank dumbbell drags. So these can be done either from the knees or the toes. You can even elevate your hands onto a staircase or a coffee table, even a workout bench. and you can still do the movement. Woo! 5 seconds. I am getting out of breath. This one definitely gets the heart rate going. Perfect. Hit the deck for me. All right. Knees or toes from the plank position, but you need a weight. Hop it up. I want you to reach under the body. Grab the weight, pull it through to the other side. The key is to keep your hips down, so don't let your butt creep up into the air. And we want to minimize any rocking from side to side. So, squeeze the quads, squeeze your butt, keep your feet a little bit wider. If you're on your toes, I still need you to keep those abs and glutes nice and tight. You got it. I need to go heavier with my weight. All right, let's take this up here a little bit. Anybody else increasing with me? Same thing, 3 more times. Knees or toes, here we go. Keep your back nice and flat. If you need to take a break, take a small break. Drop to the knees if you need to. If you're already on the knees and you need a break, just sit it up. Take a big deep breath. Come right back down into it. Try and do another 1 or 2 reps. You got it, come on. Woo! Good. And also, depending on the type of surface, if you're on carpet, it's going to give you more resistance than if you're on hardwood or concrete. All right, let's pop it up. Round 3. We'll have 1 round left after this, and then we're going to stand back up. We're going to go into some bicep curls. Good. I want you to make this move as hard as you can. I want you on your toes, even if you just do 1 or 2 reps. And then bring it down to the floor or bring it down to the knees to finish off. It's challenging yourself, even for those just first few reps. And then over time, all of a sudden you'll be doing the hard version for the whole interview. Oh my goodness, for the whole circuit. Okay, last round, 2 seconds. Here we go. Pop it up. Tighten up your glutes. Abs are tight. I tend to squeeze my quads at the same time. Keep your back nice and flat. Hips are square. When we stand up, we need 2 dumbbells that you can bicep curl. Palms are going to face the ceiling. We're going to go through 4 variations of the bicep curl to get us through the 4 rounds. Come on, almost there. At least I think, because I can't see my timer. There it is. All right, come on up. 2 dumbbells. Bicep curl. I need the palms to face the ceiling. Knees are soft, push the shoulders back. Curl all the way to the shoulder, all the way back down. Good, lock this nice tall posture into place. Keep your eyes up, don't look down at the floor. And make sure that you don't start swinging the dumbbells up. Control on the way down, control on the way up. If you need to make it easier, alternate left and right. I need 10 more seconds. You got it, you got it. In 4, 3, 2, there it is. Turn the palms inward. We're going to go into a hammer curl. So I want you to bring the end of the dumbbell straight up to the shoulder. So lock those arms into place. Bring it all the way to the shoulder, all the way back down. Palms now face the legs. We've just done that small rotation in the arms. But watch the swing. Keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Keep your eyes up. That shoulder does not move. Only the elbow is moving to bring the weight to the shoulder. Alternate left and right if you need to. We got less than 10 seconds. Cross body bicep curl coming up next. In 3, 2, perfect. Bring the palms back up and keep them out wide, so outside the legs. We're gonna bring one hand across to the opposite shoulder. Come back down. Same thing on the other side. So we're just crossing the body on that 45-degree Again, shoulders are down and relaxed, eyes are up, abs are engaged, knees are nice and soft, and just watch any swinging through the body. Nice work. We've only got to do the biceps one more time. We're gonna finish with a bicep drag curl. All right, we got about 5 seconds left. One more round, and then we're back to some core work. Perfect, so keep the palms up and keep them out wide. What we're gonna do is let the dumbbells follow the body up. Elbows are gonna come back like chicken wings, and then lower back down. So, knees are soft, shoulders are back. Drag the weight up the ribs, and then come on back down. It might feel a little awkward, and that's okay. But think of pushing the elbows back behind you. You can alternate here as well if you need to. Drop down the weight to finish off. Just make it work, make it happen. You got it, 10 more seconds. We're back down on the floor, plank position. Everybody's on their hands, either from the knees or toes. Woo! That burned them out. We're gonna do some plank hand walks. So either from the knees or from the toes. So we're here. I want you to walk the hands out 2 or 3 steps. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Same thing can happen from the knees. Now another option, if being down on the floor is too much, I want you to come onto a staircase if you have one. Place your hands on the first or second step. Take your hands up 1 step, bring them back down another step. And just go up and down your staircase with your hands. All right, I need about 5 more seconds. We're gonna do the same thing 3 more times. Perfect. Grab water whenever you need it, because we're gonna rinse and repeat. And then we got 1 move left. All right, you ready? Pop it up. Knees or toes. Eyes are on the floor. Pull that belly button up into the spine. If you're on your toes, wider feet will give you a bigger base of support. You got it. And the further you walk those hands out past the shoulder, the harder it's going to get. I need about 10 more seconds. Woo! Burn, big burn. There it is. Oh, little shake out. It's going to hit those shoulders just as much. All right, 2 rounds down, 2 more to go. Here it is, pop it up. Get yourself set up in the position first. So make sure you're squeezing your butt, drawing that belly button up towards the spine. Drop down to the knees if you need to. See if you can try at least 1 off of the toes. I don't care how far you walk those hands out. Does not matter. As you get stronger, you'll be able to walk them out further. You got it. We only got to do this 1 more time. And then we got 1 move left. Perfect. Woo. Grab some water if you need to. And then when we stand up, we're going to need just 1 dumbbell. All right, so here we go. 1 dumbbell. Or 1 kettlebell, actually. You can do that as well. But what you're going to do is we're going to do a squat, followed by a bicep curl, followed by an overhead press, but just using the 1 weight. So if you have heavier weights, I want you to give it a try, because we're only using 1. If you only have lighter weights at home, then I want you to use 2 dumbbells. And I will show you how that will work. Whew. There it is. All right, grab some water if you need to. So I'm going to show you the 1 dumbbell version, and then I'll show you the 2. So 1 weight. What we're going to do is 1 squat. We're going to curl the shoulder, press overhead, rinse and repeat. Squat, curl, press. Now, if you only have lighter weights at home, you're going to need to use 2 so that you have that added challenge. You're going to squat, hammer curl, press overhead. We've done that move before. If you have a kettlebell that happens to be heavier, grab onto the horns. Arms are down to start. Squat, curl, and press. So we've got lots of options to make this work. All right, same thing. Remember that. All right, you ready? Feet a little bit wider. Grab a seat. Curl and press. Keep those eyes up. Sit your hips back onto your heels for the squat. Keep your abs nice and tight. And we're doing 3 different movements. We're just stringing them all together. Good. Make sure for the bicep curl, you lock that shoulder into place. And then getting those biceps to ear for the overhead press. I need 5 more seconds. 2 more rounds. Perfect. Make any weight changes. Grab a quick drink if you need it. 2 down, 2 to go. Here it is. Grab a seat. Curl and press. Good. Make sure your feet are wide enough to allow the dumbbell or kettlebell to come down between the feet. If you're using the 2 dumbbells, then bring your feet close together because you're going to keep the weights to the outside of the body rather than through the middle. All right, 10 more seconds. 1 more round. We're going to get everything stretched out and we are good to go. Perfect. Make any weight changes if you need to for your last 35 seconds. In 3, 2, here we go. Grab a seat. Curl and press. Make sure your eyes are up. Push those hips back. Can you sit a little deeper into that squat? You got it. Get those biceps to ear. Straighten out those arms as much as you can overhead with the press. You got it. Come on, I need about 10 more seconds. We're almost there. And then we'll grab some water, find your mat. I'll meet you down on the floor. And we're gonna start with our T stretch. 3, 2, there it is. Grab some water for me. Find your mat. Come on down onto your back. Arms are gonna come out to the side, like the letter T. And then we're gonna drop both knees either to the left or to the right. We're gonna keep the knees bent so that we can go through our shoulder stretch. So drop the knees, hold it here, keep this arm down onto the floor, bring it all the way overhead and all the way down towards your hip. We're gonna do 3 of these half circles, keeping the arm down on the floor as best as you can. Once you have done 3, stop in the middle and drop the knees to the other side. 3 half circles on the other side. Taking any note if one shoulder feels tighter than the other, because then you can always go back and do that shoulder again. Once you've done your 3 half circles, bring those knees back to the middle. One leg's gonna come up towards the ceiling, grabbing above or below the knee or the toe. Get the leg straight first. Extend the opposite leg if you need a deeper stretch through the hamstring. I want you to hold the stretch until the tension in the hamstring starts to fade away, and then switch legs for me. Nice. Again, taking note if one leg feels tighter than the other, because then you can always go back and hit that side up 1 more time. Once you have done both hamstrings, we'll go into your figure 4. So we're gonna cross an ankle over the knee. And then option 1 is to push the knee away with the hand, which will be a less intense stretch. Option 2 is to grab onto the cross leg, pull the leg in for a deeper hip stretch. Again, allowing any tension in that hip to fade away, and then switch legs for me. And when you switch legs, again, take notice if one side feels tighter than the other. Once you have done both sides, we're gonna rock and roll, sit all the way up, legs straight out in front for me. We're gonna reach for those toes. So if reaching for the toes is not an option, you're gonna reach down the shin as far as you can. Maybe you can grab onto your shoelaces, maybe it's your ankles. Just getting another stretch in through the hamstrings, the calves, the lower back. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together, grabbing onto the ankles. Push the knees down only if you want to go deeper into the inner leg stretch. Once the tension has faded away, we got our spinal twist. So one leg straight out in front, crosses the leg over, and I want you to hug that knee into the chest. Use it as leverage to twist and look behind you. Getting in through the hip and lower back. One more time. Once your tension has gone, simply switch sides for me. Taking note if one side feels tighter. And once you have done both sides, we're going to flip over onto our hands and knees. We're going to do a quick child pose stretch before we go into down dog. So I want you to sit back onto your heels, reach those hands out in front for me, getting a nice stretch down the sides of the lats, and then walk your hands over to either the left or the right side of the mat, getting a little deeper into the one side, coming back to the center, and then other side of your mat. And then back to center. We're going to come back onto hands and knees, flex the feet, get those hips up, heels come into the floor. Feel free to pedal out the feet, and then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands and hang like a rag doll. Let the back round out. I want you to push the shoulder blades apart for a mid-back stretch, and then slowly stand it up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing those shoulders down and back. Interlace the hands, and we're going to open up through the chest. I want the shoulders down, chest out, really open up through the rib cage. And once that tension has gone away, I want you to bring one arm across the body. Getting a stretch around the back of the shoulder. Feel free to play around with the angle of the arm so that you can feel that stretch. Switching sides whenever you're ready. We're going to do a quick tricep stretch, even though we did not work them directly today. You're going to give yourself a nice big old pat on the back. We're going to push that elbow back, still opening up a little bit through the rib cage as you push the elbow behind you. And then just switching sides whenever you're ready. One last stretch. We've got those quads to finish off. So if you need to hold on to something for balance, find a wall or a back of a chair, but grab the ankle. Glue the knees together and push your hip forward. Again, keep your eyes up, find a focal point, and you should feel the stretch all the way up in front of the leg and into the hip flexors. That's where the pushing the hip forward becomes important. And then just switching legs whenever you're ready. So grab the ankle, knees come together, and then push your hip forward so that you can feel that stretch all the way up into the hip flexor. And then you are done. Amazing work today. Have an amazing rest of the day. Go back and do some stretches again if you need to, if you had some tight spots that you noticed, and I'm going to see you in the next workout.